So the main work we've been doing has to do with designing and creating a website, information website, aimed towards the inhabitants. And the idea with this website is to have all information about natural hazards and other hazards gathered in one place. Both real-time information like data from instruments, like the regional avalanche forecast, the landslide forecast and so on. And also if we are in a period of higher danger, then the site would be specific on that, saying what kind of danger there is, what has happened, are there any evacuations in place, what kind of aid can you have, and so on. But the website will also contain more static information, so it will be like a one-stop shop for people, containing information about the hazard maps that exist for the area, and I'm talking about the long-term hazard maps with red, blue, and yellow lights, evacuation plans and evacuation maps, the status on the build-up of protection structures for the area, which is being built now, avalanche protections mainly, and also educational material that we are working on within this project. I think one of the challenges we have had in Iceland for the last decades is to keep the awareness of people living in hazard areas when a virus has been going since the last event. And in the old days, parents and grandparents would tell their kids about it, and they would tell them not to play under this avalanche path where there is snow, or close to the ocean when there is a risk of tsunami because of avalanches from the other side of the fjord. But the society is a bit different now. So many of the people living in villages and towns around Iceland were not born there, they are not aware really of the risks there. Many of them from the countries and might have no possibilities of understanding what kind of risk avalanches and landslides, for example, and just also to keep the level of natural literacy for people to understand, what kind of hazards there are. But this is always a challenge to educate without getting people afraid. So I think that doing something like this would help to maintain the awareness in societies. And I think that nowadays we probably should be using more methods like social media. There are other ways where people get their information now than it used to be. There are many challenges, of course, to overcome, but this is one of them. And I think we are partially doing that with this website that we are designing within the Harpa project. For us, it would be a success if we manage to launch this website and keep it running. It will be the Civil Protection in Iceland who is technically designing it, and will run the website hopefully in the future. I think that a website like this would be, and all the material that we want to have in the website, will be one of the tools that we have to kind of keep awareness at a certain level within a society that lives in an area with natural hazards, and thus make warning systems more effective. Because if people are aware of the hazards, warnings don't come as a surprise, and they work much better than when people are kind of aware of the hazards. But during the Harpa project, we will also be working on improving the monitoring system by modeling and finding ways to use the data that we already have in place for a more systematic warning system and monitoring. So I think that fits with one of those 4 pillars But one of the challenges is, of course, that forecasting comes with a lot of uncertainty. And forecasting avalanches and mudslides is a very uncertain business. It's not possible to state exactly where and when avalanche or landslide will strike. So this will always be one of the challenges with a system like this. So often action is taken without anything happening. It becomes a problem if that is done too often.